I'm Dr. James Ciera. I work with Twaweza East Africa. I'm a senior data analyst as well as the country lead. I'm happy to be part of Okoa Uchumi. We have had so many activities since last year when we did a survey on the finance bill, trying to understand citizen opinion on some of the proposals the government was intending to put forward or to implement. Now, looking at the mood currently, we can draw back a few lessons from what we had before. Citizens were quite expectant because when we conducted a survey, we got a lot of comments of which citizens thought or believed that the government would act on them and respond positively. Unfortunately, that never happened. Whatever they said seemed not to have been put into consideration. So from what we given the kind of interaction we've been having with citizens, they're quite confused on what's happening. Sometimes you find the shilling is moving up, moving down. Something good that we can maybe say right now is that we have been having bumper harvests. So issues to do with food has not been a big challenge as it was before. So in terms of like provision of food, other things, I think they are a little bit happy. But we have other issues that are really hurting them. One of them being the housing levy, which they have been complaining about. There was a court case, it was suspended, then it was reintroduced. We have issues to do with NHIF, which is going to be scrapped, of which they have raised a lot of concerns, but it's like most of these things are not being taken into consideration. So from what things have been since last year, citizens are not expecting a lot. And to make the matter worse, they're expecting things to worsen because there are a few proposals maybe that have been floated in the media, one of them being taxing education, some of the aspects in education, which to them I think is not something good, of which they think the government should be a little bit more considerate and try to make things work better for them. They should be there, and this is something that they think also need to be done for the government to listen to their voices, because probably have big players who have more impact or who have more say on what the government plans to do. But I think the mood is not all that good unless something happens. I think there's a lot of disappointment. One, even at the National Assembly, because the MP seems not to maybe read from the scripts and understand what's happening on the ground. And one of the issues maybe that can be raised is, will they be re-elected? Because if they're not taking care of their desires, like last time when we had the issues to do with tax, we heard that they are floating to increase their salaries. So they find the government being quite insensitive. And I believe these are things that they can be able to change overnight, or if they are willing. So we'd be happy if the government can listen to citizens, at least create forums for engagement, which can make them at least understand that there is someone listening to their challenges. So if that is taken into consideration, I believe we are going to have a very good engagement. In terms of the June, the budget and all that, in my opinion, they seem not to expect a lot. More so, given that of what we have heard, that they are going to increase taxes of some basic commodities like milk and bread, which I think will hurt the common mwananchi, because you don't expect the rich to feed on bread and milk. They have changed. They find them taking ngwashe and such kind of thing, which to a clear indicator they have shifted, as in they are not the ones to be targeted. Now this affects the mtu wa mjengo there, who will take mkate na soda during lunchtime. So I believe, although the government is for the poor to make their work, their life better, but I think they need to do more to make them see that things are happening in Kenya.